There is a single rope bridge in Rope Bridge Rumble, and that bothers me way more than it should. Other than that though, the level's pretty good. I don't know what else to say about it. This is part 25 of Overthinking Donkey Kong Country. We're halfway through the series. I usually say this at the end of the video, but for anyone that's made it this far, thank you so much. Alright, let's go. I'd argue Rope Bridge Rumble is one of the most mysterious areas in the entire game. It's the second and final of 2 Treetop Village levels, but unlike Treetop Town, it's not so cut and dry figuring out who built it or who lives here. But I've got theories. I've got too many theories. Not that many. As usual, we're going to stick a big rusty pin in this line of thought and take a look at Rope Bridge Rumble from a gameplay and level design perspective. Alright, as I said at the start of the episode, there is a single rope bridge in the entire level. And on said bridge is a single green critter, one of the easiest enemies in the game. What kind of rumble is that? They brought a butter knife to a gunfight. Maybe that's the point. Maybe it's a joke. Rareware always had a pretty sick sense of humour, so it's not impossible. Anyway, this has gotten way off topic. Yeah, it's named after the Soul Rope Bridge, but there's no way that's the main theme of the level. At a glance, my money's on the visuals being the main focus. It's not the first Treetop level, sure, but it's quite different to Treetop Town, and not a level you'd expect to see in Gorilla Glacier. Gun to my head, if I had to pick a focal point in the gameplay, it's got to be the tires. They're all over the level, with some of the trickiest bounce sequences so far. Bounce sequences is a phrase I never thought I'd say. Moving on. Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that the main gameplay theme of this level is the tires. It's been done before, sure, but not like this. In the same way that Vulture Culture and Snow Barrel Blast continued the mechanics established in Barrel Cannon Canyon, Rope Bridge Rumble can be seen as a continuation of Reptile Rumble and Bouncy Bonanza. It's very different to those levels in both structure and how the mechanics are utilised, so unlike say, Ice Age Alley, it really does have a unique spin despite recycling ideas. I can't think of a segue, so I'll just abruptly change the topic, and we're all just gonna have to deal with it and move on. I can't quite figure out who lives in this village, but I have a few ideas about it. I think we can rule out pretty much every choice, save for the Kremlings themselves. It's not exactly an environment that could be lived in long term, so I can't imagine it's a permanent residence for them. My theory is that it's currently in use, partially as a sort of resting point for the Kremlings travelling to and from Kremkruk, partially as lodging for the miners working on the tunnel in the previous level. But like in Treetop Town, I don't think the Kremlings built it. I mentioned in an earlier episode that Gorilla Glacier, or parts of it at least, might not be under snow year-round. Maybe at certain points of the year it resembles something a little more like the first half of Vine Valley. There are the same trees we see in Vulture Culture and Forest Frenzy in the background of Snow Barrel Blast and Ice Age Alley. And now we've got the same sort of structures built into the same sort of forest as Treetop Town here. So maybe, once upon a time, this part of the island was inhabited. Maybe it was livable. My money's on the mankeys, for the same reasons mentioned in the Treetop Town episode, but there is a second theory I'm kicking around, that maybe the descendants of the Kongs might have made it this far up. It's a real loose theory, and we'll get into it when we finally make it to Kremkrog Industries. Alright, that's it. I already said thank you at the start of the video, so I'm not saying it again. Yes, I will. Thank you for watching, it means a lot, and I hope you enjoyed what you saw. Be good to yourselves, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.